Taiwan. It's a small island, but its musical influence is massive. Making it here in Taiwan opens the door to a pan-Asian music scene worth billions of dollars each year. A world of mega concerts, frantic fans, high return sponsorship, and above all, stardom. The Mandarin music scene, Mandapop, holds massive rewards for the few that make it big. This is the story of some of the bands who are aiming for the top. The stakes are great. Their dreams are greater. The winner could emerge as the most successful Asian band in the world. Success in Taiwan could make them Mandopop megastars. There are many things to love about Taiwan. The food, nature, city life. But one thing seems to unify the people. The Taiwanese love to sing. Young and old, across the land. They're demons for the karaoke. Whether it's just a simple mic and box or the latest high-tech thing, everyone wants to be a star, if only for a moment. There are plenty who want to be pop stars in real life, too. They want the fame, the fans, the wealth. In short, that pop star lifestyle. And if you want to do it in Mandarin, Taiwan's a great place to be. Welcome to the Golden Melody Awards, one of the biggest events in the Mandarin music world. Two new bands are facing off for the all-important Best Band Award, an accolade that could make their careers. In 2008, Singaporean singer Tanya Chai won 2 Golden Melody Awards. It solidified her status as a superstar. She is now one of Asia's hottest musical talents and just held a concert in Taipei's most glamorous venue, the Taipei Arena.
我觉得台湾对自己的文化是非常非常的保护，也非常的自我感到骄傲。我觉得这个东西也会让我以一个新加坡人，我会问自己，我来到这里，我要用什么样子的方式打开别人的世界，让别人听到我的音乐。
There's one person she thanks for her success.
我觉得我说他名字，他应该会恨我，但是我真的要谢谢李宗盛大哥。他要我做自己。谢谢。
Jonathan Lee is one of Taiwan's hottest music producers. He has been a singer-songwriter for over 2 decades.
整个音乐的审美在过去几十年是由台湾主导的，不是台湾地区的艺人来台湾的时候，那很容易就接上了这样子的一个氛围也好，制作的色彩，音乐的色彩也好，所以台湾其实就是整个大华语地区的，比如说电影的 Hollywood 啊，那为什么讲台湾产业成熟？它最大的原因是因为它有非常自由的风气、开放的氛围，我觉得是从事艺术创作，特别是音乐这个创作最要紧的一个元素。
But how do you get to be top of the Mandapops? Three lads from Canada have come to Taiwan hoping to make it big. They've called themselves I.O. Angus used to be a civil engineer.
I'm the frontman, I'm the vocalist of the band, songwriter, and a lot of concepts of the band, the core values of the band came from me.
Like him, Hans also gave up his job to follow his dream.
I'm the guitarist of the band, and I also do most of the arrangement work and the production work, the recording, the mixing and stuff, everything. So pretty much I'm the music director of the band.
Cody used to be a teacher.
I'm the drummer of I.O. and I'm also the guy that started the band because Angus is my high school classmate and Hans is my elementary school classmate, so I'm sort of the guy that brought it all together.
But they weren't going to get anywhere in Mandapop at home, so they came to Taiwan. and found a fourth band member there.
其实刚开始加入的时候，我觉得最大的是文化的冲击啦，因为其实像他们从小都在国外接受外国的教育，过程当中我们其实常常会产生摩擦，我们要花很多的时间来去厘清彼此到底在讲什么。
第一个团吗？Forever。不管我们第一个团，你要知道第一个团的责任。做不到随便。
我觉得廖武行第一首啊，
也不错。我刚才是讲反过来啊，你们觉得呢？
那第6首是什么？
这个可以决定吗
Despite any disagreements, they're pretty dedicated to their music. But they're not just rockers. Angus helps out teaching English at Yongping High School.
Hey, good morning, guys. 所以今天是最后一堂课，然后我们会讲这些 topic.
3 of the band members are Christians, and they do what they can to promote Christian values, including their music.
Let me know when you guys are ready.
We want to spread the values of our religion. We want to be able to show others, hey, you know, there's more to life than just sex and drugs and, you know, and alcohol and partying. We want people to think about their lives. And our music, we ask a lot of questions in our lyrics. And we hope that, you know, through listening to our music, that people become better people. They can find their direction, they'll find their dreams, and, you know, go for it like I.O. did, like I did.
They don't have an agent, and they haven't yet signed to a label. They've topped up their own savings with a government grant, so they've managed to release their first Taiwan album. But releasing an album is only the beginning. How to get people to listen to it? If some bands are coming across the world to Taiwan, some have been here all the time. The 4 members of Matska come from one of Taiwan's Aboriginal peoples. They have their own non-Chinese culture and language, and Matska has its own unique style. To the untrained ear, it sounds very much like reggae.
我做的时候，我不知道它是 reggae。对我来说，音乐就是这么一回事，就好玩。重点是要让你自己好玩，真的不要太去设限，你是什么曲风就是什么曲风。
The band's driving force is Matska, lead singer, age 29.
我只知道我唱起来，我身体会想要跟着摆动，我唱起来很舒服。然后我创作的时候也很快，想法会很多，在这种节奏形态上面。 这种架构对我来说，这样创作最快、最自然、最舒服。要先背对观众。
Other band members include 32-year-old drummer Xiang, 24-year-old guitar player Hui, and 28-year-old bass player Xiu. Their tribal background plays a large role in their lives. When they leave home, the chief performs a ritual to bring them safely home again.
多多少少会有一些担忧，但是在担忧的同时啦，你要持续听着你的自己音乐，你会有一种想法说，我不见得会输啊，你就试试看嘛。这样个性比较像我们，应该说很像在赌博，可是至少我们很敢尝试，我觉得是这样子。
Unlike I.O., they have an agent and a label, and they also have an album out. 2 different paths. The 2 bands hope they'll lead to success. But with so many others out there with the same dreams, how are they going to stand out? If you want to see what rock success in Taiwan looks like, well, it looks like Mayday. Once upon a time, they were underground alternative rockers until they hit the big time. Now their shows fill any stadium they choose to play in.
那以五月天来讲，他们就是最 unique 的乐团。从在过去这些时间，很多人讲说我是在做流行歌的，我常常纠正他说不对，你的歌还没有流行，你做的就不算流行歌啊。那 pop 只是一个现象， 而不是一个本质。也就是说，五月天是一个很流行的乐队，很受欢迎的乐队。
我觉得要组一个乐团不难，重点是观众要愿意付钱买票，付钱买你的唱片。所以我觉得在演出的时候，除了关照到自己要演奏什么，多去看看台下观众的眼神，他们在哪一首歌眼睛都亮了，或者手都举起来了，或者也跟着一起呐喊、一起合唱，那就表示这样的方向是对的。
New bands Matsuka and I.O. hope to emulate Mayday's success. For I.O., that means extra work, as they were brought up far from Taiwan, speaking English, in Canada.
平常有时候写歌就是这样子，你大概先做一个大致的音乐，然后再唱旋律。我不喜欢那个。
And when I sing Chinese, so people find it very difficult sometimes to understand me when I first came back. So it was a great struggle in the beginning. So we think of all these things to try to overcome the problem.
这是什么字，Leader？
Drummer Cody's taking Mandarin lessons so as to keep up with what's going on around him.
Mandarin is the language of the future, and you'll be left by the pack if you don't follow along. I feel whether or not I do music, I need to learn Chinese. I'm in the Chinese music industry, and I want to write lyrics. I want to write songs. I want to be able to be an impact to other people.
And then there's their families back home.
I think anybody can imagine if their son gone to college and did well and then got a job in the financial industry, I wouldn't think the parents would be too happy when their son gave up that job, and which is more like what they expected of me. We've had our struggle, and even till this day.
So why have they had to come so far from home for musical success?
If America has been a center of pop culture, but to me, the Chinese version would be Taiwan. So, we've always listened to Taiwanese pop stars sing, Taiwanese bands sing. I look up to Lee Hom, I look up to David Tao, I look up to Mayday, and then look at them just really encouraged me. They're Taiwanese people, but they have American influence in their music. They always try to merge the music together, and I think that's what we really want to do.
They're following in the footsteps of David Tao, who grew up in the U.S. but became a superstar when he moved to Taiwan.
The whole music scene in Taiwan has given me so much, has taught me so much. Taiwan has always been at the forefront, and I think there are a lot of reasons. A lot of it maybe has to do with the culture, the social atmosphere, the ever-changing political kind of scene here, and I think that creates a lot of sometimes chaos, sometimes harmony, that I think is a great ground for music to develop.
For I.O., though, it's about more than just the music. Angus and Sho play every week they can at an evangelical church.
To me, it gave me a lot of confidence, gave me a lot of direction in terms of what I want to do in life. Before, I just want fame and money and success. But now I want to help people through the music, to touch people, to actually work into people's lives through this music.
They hope that their positive Christian message and Western attitudes will give them a unique edge that will help I.O. stand out from the crowd. Festival season is beginning. Time to hit the road. Spring Scream was founded back in 1995 by two Americans living in Taiwan who thought the buzzing music scene they encountered needed a festival.
The indie music scene in Taiwan was very fresh and young. Like 17 years ago when we started, there weren't that many bands. And the festival has always been down here in Kending. And there were 10 bands the first year instead of 5. And we thought there would be maybe 40 people. Every band has 4 people, but 300 people came for the first year. And it pretty much grew 10 to 15 bands every year.
Now, Jimmy Moe and Wade Davis's festival is Taiwan's oldest. Part Woodstock, part Lollapalooza. I.O. have managed to get themselves a slot at the festival. It's an intimidating experience walking through the crowds. Matska, the Aboriginal quartet, are also on the road, though they've arranged an island-wide tour to follow on from the release of their album.
Lots of Aboriginal music that goes with rhythm, and you can dance very well to it. And they're great musicians, and their gigs are great. I like them a lot, and they can improvise very well, and I think they can become really, really big.
Matska doesn't aim to take the world by storm overnight. They want to make their way to the top, playing one audience at a time.
这张里面包含了就是很多元素在里面，除了有很浓厚的文化色彩，卑南族、排湾族语言一些我们传统的乐器在里面，我们的重点是我们的想法。那这么多元素，就是跟大家第一次见面，这就是 Matska。
They're introducing themselves to everyone almost literally, playing every venue they find, large or small. Taiwan has many music venues, even coffee shops, bars, and clubs. And then there are places like Legacy Taipei Music and Performance Center, a mid-sized venue that manages to balance intimacy with a respectable-sized audience. Matska's happy to have a gig here, and they've a special surprise for the audience.
我们这个行业只有第1名、第2名、第3名有没有不太知道。第1名、第2名，接下来就是第28名，就是从第3名到28名是无足轻重。所以如果你要入这行，你想要进来，不管你要入行还好，或是你要很持久的这行，你的东西必须是独特，而且没有人能够重复跟模仿。
Lee plays one of his best-known hits. By appearing with Matska, he's boosting their profile, endorsing them as Taiwan's next big thing. When the show is over, the band returns home. They need to keep in touch with their roots. As Aboriginals, their distinct culture predates the arrival of the Chinese in Taiwan.
这是振兴部落。 就是我长大的地方。
Matska comes from a musical family. His mother sang professionally, and his uncle plays the piano.
"我觉得语言只是每一个不同的文化的特色。如果今天把它唱成英文歌，你也觉得就一切就理所当然了。那为什么不能用我自己的语言唱呢？对啊，对我来说是这样子了。我是希望就是透过我的音乐，对，然后去写下我所看到、我所感受到的，我的生活上的，或者我周遭的事情。
It's not just Matska himself.
部落文化当然是一定有影响。我们就是卑南族卡迪布这个部落，就是每年都有年祭，从小就会听阿公阿嬷、爸爸妈妈他们就唱我们的古调啊、歌谣啊，然后再加上舞蹈，然后从小就耳濡目染这样子。
They're also inspired by nature.
有时候就是来山区就会自己，有时候会乱唱嘛。在台北嘛，你看到的都是四面都是墙壁，所以我觉得来台中一去那个地方，对我来说是调整心情啊。
For many Aboriginal families in Taiwan, music and dance are a big part of their life.
原住民的部落就是很多，就是他们快乐聚在一起的时候，他们总是会有就是有音乐在旁边伴着，所以他们会有弹吉他的，然后弹吉他就是大家那样子会互相学习嘛，一把吉他可能传，然后每个人都会弹的。
And one of the most important things for Aboriginals is their belief in family and ritual.
有很多音乐的灵感哈，其实事实上是我们从这个原点，然后走到外面去看，然后再回来。回到部落的时候，有时候会有很大的冲击啊，因为在外面跟回到部落的生活是不太一样，这样。 当然会是想是说，我们在部落能够得到一些老人家给我们的一些智慧跟讯息，对，就会让我们有很多的想法 idea。
Having reconnected with their roots, Matska is ready to get back on the road, aiming to make the big time. First stop for I.O. at the spring screen, the registration tent. They don't have any agent to do all this basic work for them.
We treat our band as a company, as a business. We do everything from production to promoting, to contacting people and looking for gigs and looking for any opportunity to increase our income and increase our popularity. And I think the biggest struggle is that being the artist or being the product yourself, and you have to go out and try to sell yourself.
I.O. 乐团8点绿舞台表演，请大家来看，谢谢。有没有
Format 8.
Oh, 8 o'clock.
The green stage.
Green stage. And who are you guys?
I.O.
I.O. All right.
Please come by.
Okay, we'll be there.
Cool.
Thank you. I.O. 你们今天有表演吗
？8点。
啊，我不想走。
你待1个小时啊，好不好？
好。
This is where it all comes together or falls apart. It's not a massive audience, but they're going to have to give it everything they've got every time they play if they want to become the next Mayday. A quick prayer, and then time to rock.
大家好，我们是爱乐团。
As time progressed, as I moved from Vancouver to Taiwan and actually been in the industry for a while, music to me has become something much more meaningful. It's a language to change people. It's a language to pick people up from their lowest points, to mend the broken hearts. So to me, this language has developed into a much more complex but more important thing to me.
Oh man, oh man. Thank you, Andrew.
今天最好的表演就是这一团，
They pulled in a decent, appreciative audience and are getting some really good exposure here at Spring Scream. But now this gig's over. What's next for IO? The annual Gongliao Hohaian Rock Festival is an annual excuse to get down to the beach and enjoy some of the biggest sounds in Taiwan. It brings in a big audience thanks to being close to Taipei. And to spice things up, there's a competition alongside all the free concerts. Matsuka won first prize 2 years ago, and they're back as guest performers this year. Success leads to more success.
其实我觉得海洋音乐节已经逐渐变成流行音乐里面的金曲奖一样的那种奖项的节目，因为所有台湾玩音乐的小孩子都梦想能够到海洋音乐季的舞台，然后在这个舞台上面能够得到掌声或肯定的，几乎后来在乐坛都有很好的发展，因为它的确是一个竞争非常激烈的，所以我觉得对台湾的小孩子，你从他们在舞台上的表现，你可以看出来，这真的是他们的梦想之地，他们通常都会非常激动。
The live show seems to go down well, but live shows don't necessarily translate into CD sales. Matsuka makes a follow-up personal appearance at a CD store in Taipei itself. Maybe it's not been publicized that well, maybe it's the wrong store, but not many fans make the pilgrimage to meet the band.
从在2000年开始，全世界的流行音乐产业就开始走下坡，当然也包括台湾哦。那这样的一个情况，其实已经经过了10年，因为实体唱片的销售一直在衰退，那网络这一块跟数位这一块的收入呢，其实还是没有建立出一个完整跟健康的一个次序哦，所以流行音乐产业经营得很辛苦。但是实际上来讲，流行音乐产业的动力，它的创作的那个动力还是非常的强劲。
Enthusiasm for making music can still mean success. Meet Crowd Lu. He's an unlikely sensation with his odd name and his distinct look, complete with nerdy glasses and mop tops.
从来没有想过，就是我的职业会是以音乐这样。对，因为我一开始大学是念电机系嘛，对，然后那个时候可能就以为。 可能就是毕业就去什么科技园区啊，然后就坐办公室或者是埋头写程式的那种工程师，对，然后走到现在这一步，算是蛮惊喜的。
A car accident while he was a student left him trapped in hospital, and through sheer boredom, he started playing around with a guitar. The rest is pure mandopop magic. Producer Chung Chang-hu discovered the accidental singer, helped him with his first single, and out of nowhere, it sold 30,000 copies. Perhaps it's because of Lu's carefree and light lyrics.
事情的快乐，或是正面的这种力量，我们本来就是向往，这样。他只是说好像没有看过一个人用。 这么有趣的方式把它呈现出来，这样。虽然他有时候可能看起来你会觉得说，哎，怎么这样做？但是或者这么傻，但是有时候其实我觉得有傻劲，其实会让人家觉得是一种勇气。
His first album went to the top of 3 Taiwanese music charts straight away. This was followed by Best New Artist and Best Composer at the Golden Melody Awards. Since then, he's toured to Shanghai as well as other major Chinese-speaking cities, including Hong Kong, Singapore, and Beijing. Back home, Lu arranges an event for similarly geeky young kids.
我们去办这个我爱吉他社巡回，就是有一种要提醒大家，就是不要放弃你喜欢的事情。
It's dreams of making it big that have brought Vancouver band IO to Taiwan. When the fans queue up for autographs, it's a glimpse of stardom. But singer Angus is soon brought back down to earth when he has to take the bus home afterwards.
We're trying out something very unstable and not very promising, which is music, rock music. It's not a family household music. It's probably a part of someone's school life, part of someone's teen life. And it's very underground. And that means there's not a lot of money in it. So for us, it's been very rough trying to be musicians and rock stars. We basically had no way out. We just had to do it or we had to bail.
Hans has an escape route in case it all goes wrong, though it's not very rock and roll. He's studying to be a chartered accountant.
Well, I do have faith talent-wise. I think we're great together. But I think it's a reality that through the past 10 years or so, the music business has become very difficult to survive. It makes sense for me to prepare myself for the worst and then make sure that I don't fall behind in my course of life.
They've grown into their new life in Taiwan too, and local talent show has helped.
那在这个加入整个1年多以来，其实从思想到被解决，到我们彼此真的认定彼此，到彼此为彼此改变，对，我觉得这是这当中最大的一个，我觉得最有趣的地方啊。可能过去我英文讲得不好，然后他们就每天在讲英文，就要逼自己学。我为他们而改变，那他们也是啊，那他们也为我们彼此来改变。所以在这当中，我们其实是彼此的帮助，对，所以从冲突改变成什么帮助。
Now they've been given a break. They're going to Liverpool to represent Taiwan at the Sound City Festival. A day later, and the would-be Mandapop Kings have arrived in the Fab Four's hometown. It's like walking into pop history.
You know, my parents, whenever you talk about a band with them, they would only think of one, and that's the Beatles. You know, to them that was like the definition of good music, of a band. You know, and my mom was one of those crazy people that would when you talk about Beatles, and they are, you know, basically every band wants to be, which is like rock stars, you know, make big money and be influential.
It might be inspiring, but it's also intimidating. Can anyone emulate the Beatles? How will the Mandapop Christian rockers from Taiwan go down with the Liverpudlians? The Beatles started out playing clubs and pubs, and I.O. is in such a pub as their venue.
其实用语言来形容音乐蛮困难的，但是我觉得概念上的话，可能有点像是李小龙遇上了 Linkin Park， 发扬华人精神的一个摇滚。
叮叮叮叮叮。
希望可以用音乐里面的生命去感动他们。那当然，我们也会分享一下我们的故事。那希望可以让他们更加可以进入我们的歌。Yeah, but not trying to think too much right now, because 音乐就是音乐 ，music just music. So I'll let music do the job.
The audience filters in, ready for a pint and a new rock experience.
went into it, that completely translates into the audience, and those guys were going at it full throttle.
So were we.
Well, yeah.
So were we. We were going at it too.
It was like really enjoyable, especially like not like knowing who they were, seeing them before.
Following from Taiwan in a small corner of Liverpool.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's great.
Cool.
The audience seems appreciative.
离开的时候，那些在听的外国人，他们就说 Great band, great music， 我都觉得 it was awesome, it was really fun.
And he almost fell on his butt.
almost fell off the stage, and it was quite an experience, and only a Liverpool experience.
It's another small step towards fame. They might not ever be big in the UK, but this one small gig in a Liverpool pub can add loads of street cred back in Taiwan. Matsuka has also been given a grant to tour abroad. They're off to Central and South America, which they find pretty simpatico.
This is Paraguay typical徽章。我们觉得很奇妙。你看我们台湾，如果你挖一个洞，直穿过去就是中南美了。对，所以我们跑到地球另外一端去，很新奇，而且也很亲切，因为他们那边人的长相跟习惯其实跟我们族很蛮像的，所以觉得好像没有什么不对哦，好像没有到出国的感觉，反而很像回到部落里面去。
So, a night out in a restaurant in Lima, Peru, quickly turns into an impromptu concert. But a couple of nights later comes the real deal. A big theater in the capital of a small country, Paraguay. Is anyone going to turn up?
没事，我一点都不 care， 我一点都不 care。
从上面。
先做一场，可是我们要唱独角戏，因为感觉还没有人潮，都是工作人员，不过还蛮酷的，没什么不好。 你知道为什么说看吗？我不甘心的。
有没有人？
有呢。有。开始有人进来。
Para ellos, un fuerte aplauso, una bulla bien grande,
They might not understand a word, but the audience certainly gets the music.
巴拉圭是封足球，对不对？那时候我们在台上唱完第几首歌之后，然后他们要安口，真的是还是什么？然后他们就唱哦嘞哦嘞哦嘞。很感动的是，我们是了解到音乐是无国界的。 他们那边，我们台上开心，台下也很嗨。
They're unlikely to make their fortune in South America, but they're great cultural ambassadors for Taiwan. And for the members of Matsuka, it's a great experience. Back in Taiwan, though, the concerts and the tours are reaping rewards for both bands. I.O. and Matsuka are nominated for Best Band at the Golden Melody Awards, the local equivalent of the Grammys. The winners could become Mandopop superstars, but there can only be one winner. Tomorrow, it's the Golden Melody Awards, and maybe fame and fortune. But for today, Taipei-based I.O. still has to do the chores and study. Over in Taitung, Matsuka get back to their roots again, spending time with their families, enjoying nature, and just living their laid-back Aboriginal lifestyle. Soon enough, it's time. The celebrities start arriving for the ceremony. The press is poised. The awards will be watched across the Chinese-speaking world. I.O. turns up on the red carpet in smart new suits. Matsuka look a bit more rock and roll, with hired hotties to up the glamour quotient. The Golden Melodies have been going for over 20 years, and they've made the fortunes of previous winners. But it's not a foregone conclusion. 4 other bands are in the running against both Matsuka and I.O. Taipei Arena is full to bursting, and the stops are pulled out for a full-on music-fueled show. There are plenty of stars and plenty of awards, but soon it's time for the Best Band Award.
Matsuka 乐团来自台湾台东，由台湾族青年 Matsuka 阿辉及卑南族青年阿修、阿胜4人于2009年夏天组成，并将原住民母语、饶舌嘻哈与流行乐元素做了完美结合。
Time to enjoy the limelight.
Matsuka 乐团是我人生的第一个乐团，对。那《Vado Vado》是我第一首写的歌，第一次去比赛，第一次拿的第1名。然后我的乐团海洋音乐季第一次组，第一次拿第1名。我发片第1张，我第一次的金曲奖，所以对我来说，我不知道这个幸运可以保持多久，但是我觉得要去珍惜是真的。
They might not have won this time round, but I.O. keep a brave face on it.
I think the first second when they announced that I lost, it was pretty disappointing, but for 1 second. But, after that, we were pretty flattered, just the fact that we were sang beside all those people that were also nominated. I think it was an honor, it was a confirmation.
It's true, they're not really losers. They get to play the Golden Melody Music Expo. They're guaranteed a bigger audience. They've been seen far and wide on TV, thanks to their nomination. Slowly and steadily, their audience is growing.
音乐就是这么有需要，他找你，他抓到你，然后你去抓住他的时候，他会给你更多，对啊，然后也是一个循环，然后这东西累积到一个地步的时候，你可以丢出去，让他去找别人。当他找上别人之后，别人懂得抓住的时候，他就找上我了，因为我是这个音乐的来源。
Being a superstar is not about where you come from, but more about where you want to go. So Aboriginals Matsuka won this year, and their careers received a massive boost. For I.O., the band from Vancouver, their turn may come next time around. There's no one clear route to the top, but here in Taiwan, everything's possible when it comes to Mandapop.